letting them know what's going on. Like, see, this was happening. Like, you feel me? I'm letting these guys know. So when it be like people saying they want to fight me, it's
like, how could you, nigga? I was the one that was.
Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Floyd Mayweather have reportedly agreed to settle their long-standing feud in an exhibition fight, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. Many are comparing this showdown to the highly publicized Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul bout, which left fans disappointed. However, unlike Tyson, who has been largely inactive in the ring, Mayweather has remained a familiar presence in exhibition fights since retiring, keeping him more active and sharp. While some fans are eager to see the former mentor and protege face off, others are skeptical, believing this could be another cash grab rather than a true grudge match. Regardless, this fight marks the latest twist in the roller coaster relationship between Mayweather and Davis, which has gone from admiration and mentorship to rivalry and hostility.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terrence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of known.
For years, Gervonta Davis was viewed as Mayweather's heir apparent in boxing. Under Mayweather's guidance, Davis became a multi-division world champion and one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. But cracks in their relationship began to show as Davis sought more control over his career, ultimately leading to their split in 2022. Since then, tensions have escalated, with both men exchanging verbal jabs in public. Davis has now revealed that his fallout with Mayweather wasn't just about control, it was also deeply personal. Speaking on the Mr. J. Hill podcast, he explained how working with Mayweather exposed him to a side of his idol that left him disappointed. Once you get around someone you look up to, like Mayweather, you realize they're not who they portray themselves to be. It's a letdown, and it hurts. I just go my own way and do my own thing. Davis recounted how early in his career, he was placed in difficult situations that made him feel trapped. One of the biggest examples he cited was his first world title fight against Jose Pedraza. At just 21 years old, he hadn't fought in nearly 8 months, was making only around $10,000 per fight, and was financially struggling. According to Davis, Mayweather and his team pressured him into taking the fight under conditions that left him at a disadvantage. They told me if I didn't fight, I'd be shelved. I got evicted and had to sell my car. For sure, Floyd did that intentionally. I was letting other boxers know what was happening, giving them game so they wouldn't end up in the same situation.
When they came back and was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight.
Davis said that while Mayweather provided some financial help, it felt more like a way to keep him dependent rather than empowering him to build real wealth. I respect and appreciate him for what he did, but it was more like he gave me crumbs, $10 or $15 to help my mom out of the hood. But that's not enough. She'd be back in the hood in months, and I'd be asking for more. I learned people can put you in a position where you always need them, feeding you just enough to keep you coming back. Mayweather has largely stayed silent on Davis's accusations, but he recently broke his silence in response to the growing controversy. Rather than directly addressing Davis's claims, Mayweather took a more diplomatic stance. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm glad Roy Jones Jr. feels that way about himself. Every fighter that gave their whole life to the sport should feel like they are the greatest. So if he, Davis, feels that way, more power to him. Instead of fueling the conflict further, Mayweather shifted the conversation to his own legacy. However, the tension between the two has now escalated to the point where an exhibition fight appears inevitable. With Davis considering retirement in the coming months, a fight against his former mentor could serve as both a lucrative opportunity and a chance to settle their differences inside the ring.
No, he's a legend, he's an icon. But it would be a big fight. But your boxing intelligence, Tank, if someone makes a mistake against you, it's over.
Yeah,
Leo.
His arms long as hell. He's way taller than you know what I mean?
Reactions from fans have been mixed. Some see it as an exciting grudge match between two elite fighters, while others worry it will be another overhyped exhibition that fails to deliver real action. Comparisons to Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul are hard to ignore, as that fight initially promised fireworks but lost its appeal when it was revealed to be an exhibition rather than a sanctioned bout. Last April, just days after the big showdown between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, Floyd Mayweather went on a public rant, targeting a group of unnamed boxers who he felt weren't taking the sport seriously. Mayweather, known for his flashy persona and lavish lifestyle, expressed frustration that fighters were focusing more on their image than on the hard work necessary to reach the top. "Y'all are looking at Floyd with the cars, with the flashiness," he said. "But listen, I made so many sacrifices. Y'all are looking at the end result, and when I was champion, having hundreds of millions in the bank, I was still grinding in that gym. Y'all are worried about your outfits, how your boots look. Y'all are worried about the wrong things. A lot of y'all are living check to check." This rant came at a time when tensions between Mayweather and his former protege, Gervonta Tank Davis.
Have you ever won to his fight?
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21.
Were already high. Mayweather took aim at Davis during this rant, calling him ungrateful. Floyd expressed that he had always been there for Davis from day one, helping him develop a game plan to become a world champion. "I've always been positive and said great things about him," Mayweather said. "But over the years, he's constantly going on the internet to take shots at me, constantly being disrespectful when all I've ever done is try to help him go as far as he could." Mayweather also addressed a past controversy where Davis accused him of sabotaging his career. Floyd denied the allegations, claiming that his intentions were always to help fighters grow and manage their finances wisely.
I haven't fought like 7 or 8 months, and around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like 10,000 a fight. So
A lot of times, they like to compare certain fighters, and then I say certain things, and they say I'm hating. There's no difference from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, he explained. Mayweather had previously encouraged young fighters to use their earnings to invest in real estate, a move he believed would secure their future once their careers ended. He also denied that he was singling out Davis when he mentioned luxury brands like Chrome Hearts, Louis Vuitton, and Mercedes, stating that many fighters, regardless of their income, spend money on flashy things. Despite the tension between them, Mayweather didn't completely disregard Davis's talent. When asked about the top 5 fighters in the lightweight division, Floyd singled out Davis as the hardest puncher at 135 pounds, but praised Shocker Stevenson as the most skillful. He compared Stevenson's skill to the legendary Pernell Whitaker.
Crazy, but not fight. Also, when they came back and it was like,
noting that although Whitaker wasn't the heaviest puncher, his technical ability allowed him to outclass the best. Mayweather expressed hope that he could work with Stevenson and help him reach the next level of his career. This connection between Mayweather and Stevenson is seen by some as a contributing factor to the ongoing feud between Mayweather and Davis. Recently, Mayweather was spotted attending Shocker Stevenson's training camp, and there were rumors of a meeting between Mayweather and fellow boxing promoter Eddie Hearn. It's no secret that Floyd Mayweather's presence in the gym with Stevenson, along with Hearn's involvement, raised eyebrows. This moment has sparked speculation and talk within the boxing community, with many wondering if it could be the beginning of a significant partnership. It's important to note that Eddie Hearn has been making waves recently with comments about Floyd Mayweather's wealth. Hearn, the Matchroom boxing promoter, repeatedly suggested that Mayweather may not have the vast fortune he claims to have, claiming that his net worth might not match the public perception, especially considering his extravagant spending habits. Mayweather, who made over $1.2 billion in earnings throughout his legendary boxing career, including massive paydays from bouts with Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, has always been known for living an opulent lifestyle.
He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You sitting on it.
His current estimated net worth is reported to be around $400 million, which has supported his luxurious life even after retiring from professional boxing in 2017. Despite stepping away from the ring, Mayweather has kept himself busy with a series of lucrative exhibition fights against lesser-known opponents like Logan Paul and Protege, which he's dubbed legalized bank robberies because of the massive paydays involved. He's insisted that these exhibitions are more about continuing to build his generational wealth. Hearn has made the case in multiple interviews that Mayweather's financial situation might not be as sound as it appears, pointing to the boxer's lavish lifestyle. "I don't think he's got the money," he says, Hearn remarked. "He doesn't need the money, but when you live that lifestyle, it catches up with you." Mayweather took issue with these comments, and the two met in Las Vegas, where the situation came to a head. The pair crossed paths at a boxing gym, where they both watched sparring sessions ahead of a fight between Diego Pacheco and Steve Nelson. Mayweather, who doesn't use social media, was shown a video where Hearn claimed that Mayweather was doing exhibitions because he didn't have enough money. Laughing off the comments, Mayweather replied, "Eddie doesn't believe that," and the two cleared the air, joking about the situation and throwing playful jabs at each other. It was clear that there were no hard feelings, with Mayweather even saying that he had shown Hearn some of his bank accounts to prove his financial stability. While joking, the two discussed Mayweather's financials, with Hearn cheekily remarking, "Imagine how much Floyd would have made if I was his promoter." Mayweather's wealth is certainly not in question, especially with his significant investments in real estate. Recently, he made his largest purchase to date, a $402 million deal for a series of apartment blocks. Mayweather has continued to invest in property, using his vast fortune to secure his future and further solidify his legacy as one of the wealthiest former athletes in the world. While Hearn may not have had the opportunity to promote Mayweather, he likely regrets not being involved with the boxing icon, given the immense star power Mayweather brings to any event. As of now, it remains unclear whether Mayweather will continue with more exhibition bouts, but his name is still linked to potential high-profile returns. Adding to the discourse is the ongoing speculation about Floyd Mayweather's relationship with his former protege, Gervonta Tank Davis. Many believe that Mayweather, despite being Tank's former promoter, feels insecure about Davis's success and is hesitant to let him rise to a level that could rival or even surpass his own. This narrative has fueled theories that Floyd doesn't want anyone, especially Tank, to outshine his accomplishments in the sport. When it comes to the GSOSHAST discussion, Mayweather is widely recognized for his defensive mastery, unparalleled fight IQ, and ability to dictate the pace of a match. His business acumen was just as sharp as his boxing skills, with 4 of his fights ranking among the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in history. His nickname, Money, was well-earned, as he generated enormous wealth throughout his career, making him one of the richest athletes of all time. However, Roy Jones Jr., a fighter known for his unorthodox and electrifying style, holds a different view on Mayweather's claim as the GOAT. In an interview with Real Life Productions, Jones was asked if he considered Mayweather to be the greatest of all time, to which he bluntly responded, "No." Jones's reasoning stems from his belief that while Mayweather's undefeated record is impressive, it doesn't automatically make him the greatest. He pointed to Julio Cesar Chavez, who once had an 87-0 record, questioning whether Mayweather's 50-0 mark was truly the pinnacle of boxing achievements. He also criticized the quality of Mayweather's final fight, a 10th-round THKO over UFC superstar Conor McGregor, who had never competed in professional boxing before. Additionally, Jones noted that Mayweather retired at 50-0 largely because of Rocky Marciano's historic record of 49-0, implying that if Marciano hadn't passed away, he might have continued fighting to extend his streak. Jones emphasized that greatness isn't just about remaining undefeated, but about taking on the toughest challenges available, even if it means risking a loss. When Mayweather was confronted with Jones' remarks, he responded diplomatically, acknowledging that every fighter has the right to believe in their own greatness. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm glad Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter who gave their life to this sport and made sacrifices should feel that way, Mayweather stated. He also addressed criticism about his 2013 fight against Canelo Alvarez, explaining that the catch weight of 152 pounds was actually Canelo's suggestion, not his own. He recalled that many believed he was afraid to fight Canelo at the time, so when the Mexican superstar publicly stated he was willing to meet at 152 pounds, Mayweather accepted the challenge. While the GSOSHAST debate remains unsettled, both Mayweather and Jones have left an indelible mark on boxing history. Mayweather's perfect record and business success are unmatched, while Jones' dominance across multiple weight classes showcases a level of versatility rarely seen in the sport. Their accomplishments will continue to be debated, with fans split over who truly deserves the title of the greatest of all time. For more exclusive boxing updates, highlights, and in-depth discussions, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for the latest news, and until next time, peace.